Just this slide, it's the information. Andre, can you check the microphone?
1 2 1 2. Pago. Do you copy?
Hey, Lucas. 50. Yeah, actually.
Lovely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Been before?
No.
Where did you come?
Normal in Berlin. Currently I'm in Taiwan. From the
I'm all in love with the direction. Sorry, no, Mary.
Yeah, this is Sophia. I cycled.
Oh.
Yes, we are online and there is audio, so let's.
So let me start.
So, welcome. I'm delighted for this to have this fireside chat. Okay, I'm putting the topic back up. So, once again, welcome everyone to this super high profile fireside chat. And we are here. My name is Miroslav Polzer. I'm with IAI Glotcher, it's a civil society organization based in Austria. And we are looking at how can we build some kind of next generation of the United Nations system for non-state actors engagement, especially young people. How can we help people to make the right decisions, take the right actions, having their action and impact documented and then incentivized. And we believe that culture is essential, education also there. Then technology, blockchain technology, emerging technologies. Therefore here we are at the Digital Innovation Pavilion and also organizational innovation. We need to create the institutions and the markets for this kind of incentivization of good behavior, good actions, and created outcome. And as we have this digital innovation space, it's the opportunity to bring those with most cutting edge solutions, which is some echo. Well, yeah, so it should be better now. To bring Web3 technology solution providers, AI solution providers, geospatial data experts here to help the UNFCCC, helping global community to reach these global climate goals. And we have called for this conversation here on envisioning super high quality carbon, biodiversity and blue economy credits based on convergence of IoT, Earth observation, AI, Web3, technology and community level data collection. And I'm joined here by Lukas Zeringer from Positive Blockchain, Planet 2050, DC100 Plus, really a big ecosystem builder. And you have been also with the Climate Change Coalition. This is a network of 360 organizations which has been set up in December 2017 to have multi-stakeholder conversations and proposals for the UNFCCC process as regards the blockchain adoption for climate action enhancement. And we have Andrei Chicharin from Evercity, the former Green Climate Fund senior official, a great expert, systemic thinker. And we would like to discuss a little bit and outline ideas and pathways towards a system in which this kind of credits function. Because we have the old carbon credit systems, paper-based, Excel sheets-based, and third-party verification, which is very untransparent, inefficient, and many other things. We have better solutions now, where also blockchain is integrated already in many dimensions, but we can imagine even better. And therefore, the idea is to speak with you as you are leaders in the field. What do you see the current situation is? What is possible and what needs to be done to really have super high quality credit systems and corresponding markets and resource mobilization.
Great. All right. Great topic and challenge for today. So yeah, my name is Lucas. Maybe a little bit of a journey and you know how I approach this topic, because the title is long. It's a very complicated topic with many angles, right? So a few years ago, I started to build software for digital measurement, reporting, and verification, especially in the field of biofuels, right? So in the biofuel market, we are about to put low carbon products and commodities in the market to replace fossil fuel. It means we need to make sure our choices is based on something we can trust. Biofuel needs to come with a certificate to make sure we're doing something more green and more sustainable than fossil fuel. So back to here the question about quality, how do you know that it's more sustainable? How do you track the land use change, the carbon intensity for agricultural commodities and products? How much fertilizer have been applied in a field where you turn corn and soy and maybe agricultural residues into fuel and low carbon chemicals. So we started to collect a lot of data points on fields or farms especially, and understand what is the carbon intensity, what is happening in the soil, and how do you turn it into a differentiated commodity that is priced for its carbon value and not only for its quality specifications. And so this is why I started to look a lot at voluntary carbon markets, but also certification for carbon standards. How do they work? And we believe that if we have the most precise level of data quality and compliance to standards on life cycle assessment, then everybody should trust what they are buying into. However, what we noticed is that the market was still buying Vera and gold standard credits because they trust the brand, they trust the label, right? And so this may be one of the first issues that we started to encounter is when you really want to work on high precision data and mobilize emerging technology, but the market is somewhere else. It's still something they don't understand in terms of the standard they are working with. You know, you're really facing a wall, so to speak, yeah. And so, nevertheless, so we continue to develop. I think a lot of companies and corporate buyers in the carbon market are nowadays recognizing the power of emerging technologies and a data-driven model. Because they have better accessibility and they understand it, they can look at the data for themselves. So I really believe we are moving in a field where traditional carbon market is not working anymore. And you see that the the main standard and certification schemes are not the one progressing rapidly. Actually, they're losing market shares towards the one that are much more digital native. Because the way they integrate the workflow of project developers of carbon and biodiversity project is much easier. And so this is also where Planet 2050 is coming in, is integrating with the most progressive registries and technologies in order to make high quality projects work and come to the market. Doesn't mean that it's so easy, because the life cycle of developing projects is still something hard to get in when it comes to engaging with communities and ecosystem on the ground. And so maybe we talk about this in the fire chat as well.
Thank you, Lucas, and definitely thank you for the great presentation and introduction and stuff. Yes, I'm definitely personally excited about what comes out of Web3. Tremendous opportunities, knowledge at our fingertips, ability to mobilize huge amount of resources virtually overnight, and of course creating impacts. This is something that Web3 is having its DNA. But so far we are in this delicate stage of a baby making the first steps, and sometimes like because of lack of control, just like running full speed and smashing the wall because there is no experience, there is no opportunity to balance this. That for us is a piece of cake, but for a baby it's down to dust. And we are the human beings, as society, as civilization, facing this new baby stage of development. I hope baby stage, because maybe there are billions of years of glorious history ahead of us. But looking back at what's happening now, and maybe some people are desperate, but analyzing what's happening in Web3 with all these kinds of difficulties and issues and information and security breaking. But it's a normal growth process, and this is what I see as normal growth process of a baby. Eventually, there will be some bumps and maybe some blues, but things will settle down, and we will find the mainstream. Will this mainstream accommodate and comfortably give place to some old models? I don't know. Maybe not. It doesn't mean that they will be gone overnight. But eventually, like horses come out of the streets of our cities, maybe these traditional systems of banking, finance, insurance, based on centralized approaches, based on manual and paper and pen, will be also gone. Because efficiency is there, scale is there, and of course, opportunity that basically opens to everyone. Whether it's the person is sitting in New York or London, or in Mali, or in the rural area of Senegal, everybody will be having this tremendous knowledge and tremendous opportunities at their fingertips. And this is what is exciting about. Of course, there will be winners, there will be losers. And sitting in the center of the financial flows, physical center of financial flows, gives tremendous advantage. And we saw that in the history of the traditional financial sectors. Have to be by. You have to be in the Silicon Valley, you have to be in London or in New York to get some tangible money. Maybe tomorrow you'll have not to be there. You just come up with brilliant idea, money will come to you.
Okay.
But sound will be gone.
I think I will have to buy another microphone. Yeah.
Right. Yes, and money will come to you, and people will come to you, because everybody exciting about new great things that they can be part of. And the all early adopters are the most impactful people, because hundreds of thousands of people is quite difficult to manage. But 10, 20 people who are really determined, who are really thoughtful, they will drive the course. They will stop. Yeah.
I was looking well for like 10 minutes.
Right, yeah. Maybe I have some bad
No. Don't say that.
frequencies. Yeah. Yeah, so these 7 people of initial adopters will be helping to make front-end. And this is what basically great about Web3. This is what opens up the opportunities and well, to make sure that it's like, this is how I see it.
I have no idea what this is.
Because you see, I speak wrong side of the mic.
I don't know. It's true that it took some signal.
Hello. Hello.
I don't know.
So, hello. Test.
It's not. Now it's not. It was working. It's not. Let me switch off this one. But it's not the loudspeaker, I guess. It was.
Hello. Oh. So now you can hear me? Or
I have an idea. I will
for how long we don't know.
switch over.
All right.
Let's continue and then
Yes. So I do agree we need a few that prove the case, right? Like the 20 innovators. I remember 2017 when I started to look at especially blockchain and sustainability. There were only a few projects. I think one of those, Nori, out of the US, was one of the first one that promoted the idea of tokenizing carbon credit and making things more transparent. And for me, it all made complete sense, right? Moving forward, 2 years ago, I started a carbon Web3 database, so an ecosystem map with an association called Ecota out of Frankfurt. We're doing the V2 database at the moment. We have 290 startups identified that are involved in tokenization of carbon or environmental assets. And we see the use case across the entire value from, because we have to reflect to what is high quality, right? So from the digital MRV side, so how to capture data, share it, create business model also around data accessibility, where some companies are focusing on data, providing the data for other companies that create a credit or value on top of it, until the registry side. And I think this is also where we have to differentiate the role of technologies in the more supply side, so developing a project and verifying, quantifying the impact, the permanence, the additionality, and so on. And then what's happening once the credit is issued and in the life cycle of the credit until final retirement. And so what we've seen across the year is the case for innovative technologies such as Web3 for registry function. I think it's something that everybody has integrated, is a no-brainer. It totally makes sense. And I think we have to go through this phase where at the beginning, we think blockchain is it's a hype, it will solve everything. And then we boil down to, no, okay, we understand it's a tool, it can serve certain goals. It may take more time on the digital MRV because of the nature of the cycles of projects. But for registry functions, it makes total sense. This is why you've seen the World Bank with the CAT Trust integrating a blockchain, even the Korea, you were based in Korea, the Central Development Bank, they started a blockchain-based trading platform, the NASDAQ as well. So there's a lot of institutionalized adoption of emerging technology for registries. So proving that once you have a digital environmental asset, it has not been double counted, double used, and double retired, which would definitely be an issue. So yeah, maybe just to add a little bit on these different areas and use case. But yeah, let's see where we can steer the discussion.
So perhaps a little bit about my organization. Why I'm insisted that we have this event is because I would like to tap your brain, because we have some ideas which we would like to really deploy as a systemic solution for the world for global climate governance. And so we believe that on the one hand, as has been today on the DC 100 plus session, it was said that there need to be climate action related to ocean need to be included in the NDCs. And so that's totally logical, and it's surprising that it's lagging behind. The governance process is lagging behind, the member states are lagging behind. And then the second no-brainer is that it should be connected with geospatial data. It should be clearly localized. It should be so that if somebody wants to use Earth observation data or whatever, that you can find the action and the impact, the claimed impact also. And we are working with one map. It's an initiative of the UN Geospatial Information Network. 42 UN agencies are collaborating to create coherent data sets, coherent geographical denominations and taxonomies and everything, so that the data that the UN system has related to space is coherent and accessible for the member states, but increasingly now also for the wider public. And we've been invited to the launch of this initiative, 1st of August in New York. And there we've said, you are looking to set up 800 data layers now, the UN agencies, and we have the aim to add another citizen science layer. So community level data collection, data layer, which can function in this data ecosystem somehow. Perhaps we replicate this one map, so we take it out of the UN system because the UN system cannot trust non-nation state data. So we replicate it, but we pull all the existing data and add our citizen science data layer. And I believe that this kind of system should be connected with the NDC system, with the national determined contributions reporting of member states, and so that we have really a clear understanding of the situation, the challenges, the actions, and the impact potentials and the realized impact. So that's a little bit of background. And then we have also with with the One Map initiative, UN Geospatial Information Network, and Nvidia, this big company, we have a conversation about the potential MOU. Nvidia wants one map on their Earth 2 digital twin of the Earth, and we are somehow associated partner of these conversations. And we said, in terms of use case and workflows for data collection, so we would love to do collaborative geospatial intelligence initiatives for collecting data in relation to cities and what individual citizens can do, citizens, and on the other hand, a collaborative data system for collecting data about marine ecosystems. So about the health of these marine ecosystems, and also how these actions and generated impact can be documented and verified and attributed also. And yeah, so these are some of these ideas that we have, and we believe that if we have this social innovation of engaging communities and citizens in data collection, of course also in project development, and then having this geospatial information system through which we connect all the relevant stakeholders, and multi-level governance is then also possible once we have it related to space. And then combining it with AI guiding also in terms of SDGs and other common good goals systems, that we see really what kind of impact it, how the impact can be categorized. And then the third pillar, then the money flows. So Andrea said he has heard people today saying developed countries should pay $1 trillion per year, not only 100 billion. And the challenge will be to channel the money then to the action on the ground. And it's not only the big corporations or member states, or so, it is the small actions, billions of actions, which should be rewarded, which should be incentivized, micro entrepreneurship. And for this, we envision the super high quality system. We believe if we are working with OneMap, if we are working with NVIDIA and advanced AI systems, and if we have the people on the ground, then our credit creation ecosystem should be super high quality. People should love it, trust it, and then channel also funding from public sources, from philanthropic sources, from individual carbon footprint